Hi, this is Robert at XI Computer. We are looking today at our latest and greatest XI MTower PCIe workstation based on the 4th generation Intel Core i7 4770K. It's a 22 nanometer, very efficient, very powerful CPU, and we couple that with the Nvidia Quadro K6000, the most powerful video card from the Nvidia line. And let's take a look how we build this box. For this build, we use a Cooler Master Striker case, and it comes in two versions, the white and black that you guys see here, and also a full black version. In addition to that, sometimes we have complaints that you guys don't like those LED lights in the fan, and this case comes with a little button here that can turn them on and off. There's also a button to control the speed of the fan. But they're also controlled internally by the BIOS according to the temperature of the case. The case has some nice input, two USB 3.0, two USB 2.0 on top, mic input and headset output for audio, and then there is a X dock here for an SSD swappable drive. We have a multi-I/O interface with 4 USB 2.0 and 2 USB 3.0 and an eSATA as a mini docking station there, DVD read-write or Blu-ray if needed. There are 9 5¼ bays as we can see here. However, some of them can be turned in and out from the inside, we're going to see in a minute, and use it as 3½ bays for internal drives. Let's open the case and see how we built inside. We open the case. First thing we are noticing, the motherboard of choice is the ASUS Z87-PRO. PRO stands for professional. The professional version has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and 1 gigabit Ethernet network included. And also, of course, the USB 2.0, 3.0, and eSATA accessible from the back as well with connectors to the front. We use a Corsair H100i sealed water cooling system, and here we can notice the two big pipes that convey the heat up on a radiator that stands between two 12-centimeter fans and the exhaust ventilation grids up on top. This takes all the CPU heat out of the case, helping our components surrounding stay cool. On the side here we have two 8 gigabyte Corsair Vengeance modules, 1866 DDR3 RAM for a total of 16 gig. We can go up to 32 gig with this build. And here's the Nvidia Quadro K6000, most powerful video card from the Nvidia Quadro line at present, has sporting 12 gigabyte of DDR5 video RAM, 2880 CUDA cores, computational core. If you guys want to use that not only as a presentation but as a co-processor for the CPU. There are two connectors for SLI and SDI sync already there pre-built, and there's an extra addition here for 3D stereo viewing in case that is required. For the power supply, we choose our 1000 watt Silent Pro Cooler Master. Is a modular power supply and is quite efficient and quite silent per se, as it says. The modularity of it allows to keep the traffic of the cable at the minimum required. So as you can see here, it's pretty clean and neat, the way we route the cables behind the panel and then they come up where needed. As we discussed before, you have 6 bays inside that can be turned inside or outside if you need more opening bays outside, or you need more hard drives inside, up to a total of 6 here. And there's also extra bays for 2.5-inch mini hard drives down at the bottom. And that's about it for this. Here we go at the benchmark session of this video, and you guys can see from the CPU Z utility, the CPU here is clocked at 4.5 gigahertz. Now, we do not offer a commercial available configuration at 4.5. We wanted to show you though that 4.5 is a good stable headroom And we offer a 4.1 and a 4.3 gigahertz version of this build that pretty much, you know, it will be a little less performing by 2-3-5%, but will have adequate stability for every engineering job or any task that require professional computational power. And here we go, we're on the SPECViewperf version 11 from Standard Performance Evaluation Corporation. And the numbers that coming out from this build are, of course, record-breaking for some, most of them. For a configuration of this caliber, the cost is around $6,500 right now, in the mid 6,000. And I know some of the comments before when we reviewed the old Quadro 6000 was that the card does cost in effect more than the rest of the build, but that's why this workstation aimed at very high-end graphics capabilities. And you can see here the SolidWorks is a you know 94.26 mark, and the CATIA is very nice and significant, and so forth and so on, Pro E. And some of the other builds that are published as of this month, basically they are system in the $8,000 to $10,000, and they're all behind in performance. Of course, they're using Quadro K5000 or you know 6000 of the old model, or lesser video card. So good performance here. Now we can take a look at a different benchmark. And let's go to the Cadalyst Benchmark. Cadalyst Benchmark is here presented for this unit, a total index of 819, a record-breaking number for this date. And we also did a little comparison table here about how the graphics performance in an AutoCAD environment really matters. And you can see that this K6000, of course, obviously is the top performing per se, especially on the 3D index, and you know, on the 2D, pretty much flattens out with the other guys. However, from this chart, we could possibly see that the Quadro K4000 for AutoCAD is probably a good bet, and even the Quadro K2000 is not bad at all. For comparison, there's an interesting test here. We also included the difference between the K5000 tested with the Core 4770K, the latest fourth generation, and the same exact configuration, K5000, tested with the 3770K, that's the third generation CPU. There's quite a substantial advantage into the new architecture, and not only in terms of power consumption, ability to clock, that actually is the same, but the fact that they redesigned the cache, and they include some extra instructions and optimize the number of cycles per clock of execution for some of the instructions. So that actually boils down to an advantage between 660 to 792. So it is a good double-digit increase in performance. The next test that we are going to present is the Cinebench from Maxon Corporation, and of course, record-breaking number here, 115.105 on the OpenGL for this Quadro K6000. And again, we did a little bit of a testing on the K5000 with the 32 nanometer and the third generation, fourth generation CPUs. And again, you can see there is a substantial advantage of this fourth generation Core i7 in performance versus the previous one. And that is good. So that means something has been done right and justified the upgrade. Again, more we can see the the CPU mark here is a 9.8, and that's pretty much what it is. This concludes our test at this point and our presentation. Thank you very much for watching this video. For more information about the configuration, the build, and the performance number of the benchmarks, there are links on YouTube and as well on our website at xicomputer.com. Thank you very much. Bye.